Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 11/12/25 meeting of the Memphis and Shelby County Land Use Control Board. My name is Mary W. Sharp, and I will be serving as your chairperson today. We will begin with this morning's meeting with a roll call. Mr. Ragsdale, would you proceed, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. Mr. Gill? Here. Mr. McKinnon? Here. Mr. Norman? Here. Ms. O'Connell? Here. Mr. Orgel?
Here.
Ms. Wilbanks?
Here.
And Chair Sharp.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I would like to remind you that copies of today's agenda are located at the front right podium if you need them. If you wish to be a speaker on any case that is on today's agenda, please fill out an attendance speaker's card located at the front podium. Once you have filled out the card, please bring it up front and hand it to one of our DPD staff members located at the left podium. When that agenda item is called, you will be given an opportunity to speak. At this point, I would like to read our conflict of interest statement. The adopted policy of the Land Use Control Board requires that any member of the board recuse himself or herself from any participation in the discussion or voting on any matter on the meeting's agenda in which he or she may have direct or indirect personal interest. The member shall vacate his or her seat during deliberation on any matter from which they have recused themselves. An abstention may substitute for a recusal for the purpose of maintaining a quorum. I would now like to get approval of our minutes from the last meeting. May I have a motion?
Move to approve the minutes of last meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I assume we're ready to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Mr. Ragsdale, may I please have a secretary's report for this month and an explanation of today's procedures?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do not have a secretary's report, so I'll go into the procedure. At the beginning of today's meeting, we will establish a consent agenda for those items where no one in the audience or on the board is requesting an individual public hearing. After the consent agenda is established and approved, we will move on to the regular agenda. For each case on the regular agenda, the DPD planner will give a presentation. This will be followed by the applicant's presentation and any testimony from others who support the application. The applicant and supporters will be given a total of 10 minutes. Following each speaker, the chair will ask the board members if they have any questions for that speaker. Next, the opposition will be given a total of 10 minutes to present their case. Following each speaker, the chair will ask the board members if they have any questions for that speaker. Finally, the applicant will then have a 3-minute rebuttal period under the same rules. Following all the presentations and after all parties have been heard, the chair will ask if the board members have any additional questions of anyone who spoke. Then the chair will close the public hearing portion of the case, entertain a motion on the matter, discuss, and then vote on the application. If an applicant or any speaker would like to be heard after the conclusion of the public hearing portion of the case, or if a board member wishes to hear any additional testimony from any party for additional clarification, a motion will need to be made along with the second, and then the 2/3 affirmative vote of the board is required to reopen the public hearing portion of the agenda item. If the public hearing is reopened, both the applicant and the opposition will be allowed an equal amount of time to provide additional testimony. After the additional comments, the board will close the public hearing portion of the case and deliberate and take the final vote. Again, if any member of the audience wishes to provide testimony in support of or in opposition to a case, he or she will need to fill out a speaker's card. These are available at the front podium. Speaker's cards are not required of applicants since their names are already part of the record.
Thank you, Mr. Ragsdale. The board is a supporter of community involvement, and we certainly welcome neighborhood comments and feedback. We are respectful of the fact that many of you have taken off work or adjusted your schedules to be here today, but we ask that your comments please be made within the time frame allowed. If there are multiple speakers, please try not to be repetitive so as to make the most of your side's 10-minute time allotment. Lastly, I'd like to ask you to silence all your cell phones so as not to interrupt or disturb anyone during today's proceedings. With our procedures now explained, I would like to introduce to my right Ms. Lisa Wilbanks, who will be this morning's consent agenda chairperson. Ms. Wilbanks will read items 1 through 12 as the consent agenda. Once the consent agenda is read, if you wish to discuss one of these items individually, please come forward and give us the item number, and we will pull that case. We will then vote on the remaining consent agenda items as one vote, and following the vote, we will hear the cases that were pulled individually. Ms. Wilbanks, would you please proceed?
Yes, ma'am. Item number 2, case SUP 2025-024 in Westwood. The request is a special use permit to allow a child care center in the residential single-family 10 district located at 577 East Rains Road. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item number 3, case SUP 2025-025 in Westwood. Request is a special use permit to allow a child care center in the residential family 6 district located at 261 Blairmore Avenue. Staff recommendation is hold for 1 month. Item number 4, case MJR 2025-021 in East Memphis. The request is a major modification to allow an indoor multi-story self-storage facility located at 1714 West Massey Road. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions. We do have a friendly amendment that Mr. Ragsdale will read into.
Thank you, Ms. Wilbanks. We do have a amendment to condition IV.A.1, and that is changing where it says a vehicular turnaround area approximately 15 by 20 feet, and that will be changed to a vehicular turnaround area approximately 10 by 60 feet. So 15 to 20 is changed to 10 feet by 60, and there were also drawings that were disseminated to the board earlier, and you have hard copies as well.
Item number 5, case MJR 2025-028 in Cordova. The request is a major modification to PD 2024-006 to allow a food truck park as an alternate concept plan located at 2606 Appling Road. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item number 6, case MJR 2025-029 in East Memphis. The request is a major modification to PD 97-355CC to allow an automatic car wash with vacuums located at 7535 Winchester Road. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions, and Mr. Ragsdale will read in a friendly, Item number 7, case MJR 2025-027 in unincorporated Shelby County. The request is a major modification to PD 04-364CC to update outline plan conditions and subdivide one lot into 2, located at 2774 Grace Creek Road. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions with a friendly amendment, which Mr. Ragsdale will now read in.
Thank you, Ms. Wilbanks. And so amendment to condition I.A, and the amendment is the following text will no longer be stricken, which in the original report, this was stricken. So in that condition, the text will remain, any use permitted by right or administrative site plan review in the estate residential, parentheses, RE district, or, and that text will remain.
Item number 8, case SUP 2025-027 in Whitehaven. The request is a special use permit to allow a child care center in the residential single-family 10 district located at 1032 Hale Road. Staff recommendation is approval with conditions. Item number 9, case PD 2025 in the Oak Haven Parkway Village area. The request is a new planned development to allow a C-store with gas pumps and tractor-trailer pumps located at 3950 Lamar Avenue. Staff recommendation is approval with revisions to the outline plan conditions. Item number 10, case SUP 2025-032 in East Memphis. The request is a special use permit to allow an expansion of an existing C-store with gas pumps in the commercial mixed-use 1 district located at 5133 Park Avenue. The staff recommendation is approval with conditions. And item number 11, case SUP 2025-033 in unincorporated Shelby County. The request is a special use permit to allow a C-store with gas pumps and vehicle repair located at 1300 Houston Levy Road. Staff recommendation is hold, and that is our consent agenda.
Okay, we have pulled items 1 and item number 12. Items on the consent agenda will now be voted on with one vote, subject to the recommendation of DPD. If the consent agenda is approved, only item numbers 1 and 12 will have full independent public hearings. By voting on the consent agenda, each board member is affirming that he or she has read the staff report and agrees with its findings, and where applicable, its recommended conditions. Can I get a motion, please?
Yes, ma'am. Move to approve item number 2, case SUP 2025-024. Item number 3, case SUP 2025-025. Item number 4, case MJR 2025-021 is amended. Item number 5, case MJR 2025-028. Item number 6, case MJR 2025-029. Item number 7, case MJR 2025-027 as amended. Item number 8, case SUP 2025-027. Item number 9, case PD 2025-011. And item number 10, case SUP 2025-032. Item number 11, case SUP 2025-033.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I assume we're ready to vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Now we're going to go to the regular agenda. Mr. Gill on my left.
Item number 1, PD 2025-008, Raleigh, commercial plan development to allow equipment and vehicle storage as part of the contractor storage located at 4387 Old Raleigh-LaGrange Road.
And Madam Chair, I do not see the applicant here, so looks like let's roll this one maybe to the end and go to the next case. And if they are here before the end of the meeting, we can hear that.
No problem. Item number 12, PD 2025-014, Cordova, 28-lot residential development on the south side of Dexter, west of Chickering.
Okay, would the applicant come forward, please?
50 Stage Plaza North.
Thank you. Okay, and there is opposition, so we're going to hear the case.
I'm here in reference to case.
We're going to hear the case first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm Nabanita Nira with DPD presenting the case PD 2025-014. The applicant is requesting a 28-lot residential development located at 7913 Dexter Road. On your screen are the location map and vicinity map. The subject property is zone conservation agriculture and currently vacant. These are the photos of the property. Just to provide some background, in 2021, the Land Use Control Board approved a major modification application known as MJR 21-038 to the commons at Dexter Lake PD to allow a 28-lot single-family residential on the subject property. It was later determined that the subject parcel was not included in the PD boundaries. Therefore, this case is seeking to complete the approval process. This is a proposed outline plan that includes 28 lot of minimum 6,000 square feet and a common open space reserved for detention and private sewer, and one access street from Dexter Road. The proposal is consistent with the goal of Memphis 3.0 comprehensive plan. In conclusion, the proposed plan development is in alignment with the intent of the UTC to allow creative and coordinated land use development. Staff recommends approval with outline plan condition. The outline plan conditions are on the page 14 to 15 of the staff report. This is the end of staff's presentation. Happy to answer any question.
Do you have any questions? Okay, we're ready for the applicant to make your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. As she explained, you guys approved this back in 2021. That was during those horrible COVID meetings that we did by Zoom. But at that time, if you could see on the area map, there is another PD that surrounds this property entirely. and it was mistakenly included as a part of that PD, so it was approved as an amendment to that PD. So we've now moved forward. We have construction plans ready to go with city engineering, and it was discovered that it was approved in error, and we need to be back here. So the conditions are the same as 2021. We're in agreement with the conditions. We did have a neighborhood meeting. I would like to reserve the rest of my time to see what the opposition has to say and see if we can address those issues.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, thank you. Okay, we're ready for the opposition. Give us your name and address and state your case.
My name is Blondell Phillips. I live at 1734 Wood Oak Drive. The reason that I'm here is because of Dexter. I'm trying to figure out how the traffic issue is going to be concerned. That street is one way in and one way out. We have a lot of accidents on that street throughout the year. And it makes it also difficult for us to get out from our intersection, street, to travel. So we have to deal with a whole lot of traffic on that street and a lot of people speeding down that street. And like I said, a lot of accidents. So I'm trying to figure out how is the traffic going to flow coming in from Germantown Parkway and Appleton Road. That's what we are in between. So what will be done to solve that problem? So that's my issue.
Okay.
It's dangerous. Actually, it's dangerous. It's, like I said, a lot of accidents and a lot of deaths have happened on Dexter Road since I've been there, since 2014.
Okay.
So that's my issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we have any questions of her right now? Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, thank you for stating your case. Tell me your name again.
Blondell Phillips.
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Phillips, have you had any meetings with the city to talk about maybe a flashing light or any regulation of that traffic at all? Have you reported that issue?
No. I don't see where, you said a flashing light?
I don't,
A traffic
any
light.
mitigation of it, whatever they
No.
choose to put there.
No.
Okay. And have there been any community meetings regarding this particular development?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm just here because I recognize a problem.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was out of the city, so I didn't know about what was happening until I got back.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make my concerns for the people in that area. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have one more in opposition. Can you give us your name and address? State your case.
Good morning. I'm Margaret Williams. I live at 1699 Kings Pond Cove, and I also have some concerns about this development. The biggest concern is the concern that our neighbor already has stated. That area of Dexter is a 2-lane. It is covered on both sides. It has deep gullies, so there's a lot of traffic. There is a lot of speeding, and to add this development with the construction and then the future of the homes is going to add to that without any real change in the way that the road is structured. The other concern I have with it is actually the makeup of the houses. I can't really tell a whole bunch from the drawings, but I know these drawings appear to be the same types of homes that we have in areas that are east of Germantown Parkway, off Dexter and off Bonnie Lane. They are very small houses. A lot of them have no garages. They're mostly rentals at this point, and that's not what we need for Cordova. Cordova has been overrun recently with that type of, with rentals. And while we can't necessarily say that this is what that's going to become, that is what this type of house is currently in Cordova, and certainly don't want to add to that with additional homes of this nature.
Okay, thank you. Do we have
Thank
any
you.
questions of her? Okay, we're ready for the rebuttal.
Thank you. So first of all, I'll go backwards with the concerns. The first had to, or the second had to do with the houses and the house sizes, and the applicant is here today, and he has indicated these will be fee simple transactions, two owners, and the houses will be in the 430 to 450 range. As far as the traffic goes, we're actually a little bit fortunate that it's a little easier to address this time because we've already gone through the construction process with city engineering. We've submitted the traffic impact statement as to whether or not any additional off-site improvements would be done. Do we have a street view of Dexter in the staff report? I don't remember. Well, that only shows our side of the project. So on the other side of the project, the subdivision that's across the way, they have improved to the full, I think it's an 84-foot right-of-way, so 42 feet from center line. We are improving on our side from 42 feet from the center line, so we'll have curb, gutter, sidewalk. There won't be the gully. It'll be graded out. There won't be any more side ditch. It'll all be piped and storm drainage. And that is from our east property line to our west property line. It does not include offsite, as you guys are all very aware. You know, as other properties develop, you know, the road system gets built. So there's two undeveloped tracks to our east going towards Germantown Road where Dexter Road has not been widened, and there's one 50-foot wide track to our west where Dexter has not been widened. So it is being widened as we go, but it won't fix the problem all the way to Germantown Road. That'll come as other development comes in. As far as the accidents, back in 2021, we pulled the accident data, and there were accidents farther down Dexter Road with some serious injuries closer to the schools, but not at this intersection, at least at that time.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
Yeah, David, just to confirm, so you guys are at the frontage on that one? You have to, is that something the city's making you guys do, improve that frontage, widen the street basically?
Yeah, across our frontage, it'll have the full section, and because of the way it abuts the subdivision to the north, so that section will be completely built. It won't really result in any more lanes through there because it narrows down on both the east and west. But yes, it will be built, and we'll be adding a turn lane as a part of ours. So there'll be a left turn lane to get into the subdivision that's existing to the north and the subdivision that we're building to the south.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody else? Any further questions? Okay, hearing none, we're going to close the public portion of the case.
Motion to approve item number 12, PD 2025-014, 28 lot residential development on the south side of Dexter, west of Chickering.
Okay. We have a motion, we have a second. Is there any discussion amongst our board members? No discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Let's,
All right.
you want to go back to item number 1, Mary?
Is the applicant here in number 1?
No, ma'am, I do not see him here. So I would say that we're 9:24, so I think we have no more cases, so we can adjourn, and they have one more hold for that case, so they can come back next month.
We're
Okay.
kicking butt today.
Any
That was
more?
great.
Any more announcements? Okay, hearing none.
The government back open.
Oh, Madam Chair, excuse me, yes.
Okay.